Hello guys. So today I'm going to show you how you can consume the speech API. So in fact, we're going to deal with text to speech API, which actually comes under cognitive services of Microsoft. So Microsoft provides a number of cognitive services, including the speech, there is face APIs, and so many other APIs which Microsoft provides. So we're going to see how you can actually consume the speech API using the REST endpoint. So the first thing I need to do is I need to create a cognitive service here. So I'm going to search for cognitive here and go inside this. I'm going to say add. So when you click on add, you actually find the list of various cognitive services that are provided. Like you have the chatbots, you have the vision API, face API, and so many other stuff here. So if you click on more here, you're actually going to see the whole list of services that are provided. So you can see the complete list of various services that are provided here. I'm going to choose this Bing Speech API, right? So I'm going to say create, give a quick name here. So you have two pricing ties here. So I'm going to choose the F01. I'm going to create a new resource group as well. Leave the region to default. In fact, that's the resource group region. So this is actually now just creating my API. So I'll give a while for that to get created. And there you go. So that was real quick. We got the API deployment successful here. And I'm going to click on this resource group name, go inside that, and see my cognitive service which is being created here, right? I'm going to go inside this. So when you land in here for the first time, it actually shows you the quick start on how you can get things started, right? There are documentations on using the APIs as well as the SDKs. So we're going to deal with the API, and in specific, we're going to deal with text to speech API. So I'm going to click on this so that we have the documentation handy, right? So we're going to use REST APIs as I was speaking, as I was mentioning before. We're going to use REST APIs, and to do that, to test it, I'm actually going to use a software called Postman. So Postman is a free software which you can download online, right? It's actually used for API testing. So I have the software already downloaded here. So coming back to the speech API, the first thing that you need to do is you need to get a token. You need to get an authorization token to get started or to start using your API, right? So this is the first step, and you can see this is the URL that you need to hit to get that token issued. I'm just gonna copy this URL, come to Postman, and you can also see that this is a post request, right? I'm gonna come inside Postman, change the request to post, and paste this URL in here. So when you go back, you can see there is a header which is required, which says OCP APIM subscription key. I'm just going to copy this as well, and this will go inside the header part of my post request. So I have that here, and I need to enter a value here. So this value is actually going to be the key which you will get from your Azure portal. So I'm going to go back to my Azure portal. So under my the cognitive service, the speech service which I just created, I can see keys here, and you can see two keys here, right? Key 1 and key 2. I'm just going to pick the first key and going to come back to Postman and paste this. And then I'm going to click on send. So this is actually going to hit this endpoint with this token, with this key, and return me a bearer token. So this token is actually required to do the part, or to communicate and authorize yourself basically, right? So I'm going to go create a new tab here. And again, this is going to be a post request, and under headers I'm going to add authorization. Sorry, I didn't type that well. Authorization, and here I'm going to say bearer, and then paste. Oh, sorry. So I have to actually copy this whole response which I received from my issue token request, right? So I'm going to copy this whole token, come back here, after bearer, put a space, and paste this whole token in here, right? I'm going to go back to my documentation so that we can see what are the other things that we require. So there's an example here at the bottom. and you can see that it is again a post request, right? And this is the URL of the request. Here you have it on top, right? Synthesize. So I'm gonna copy this as well. So this is again a post request as I was mentioning, and I've added the headers. Let's see what are the other things that we require. The other major thing is that you need to mention what output you need in which format. So if you go up here under X Microsoft output format, you can see the different output formats that are supported. So I'm gonna first copy this key here, put that in my header, and let me choose MP3 from here, the eighth one. Gonna copy that, put it in values here, and then I need to pass inside in the XML as well. So before that, there's one more thing that I missed. You also need to mention the content type, right? This is actually required. So I'm gonna say the content type is this. Coming back to my postman, just gonna say content type, and that's this one, right? And then I'm gonna copy this body. So this goes inside the body part of my request. Just copy that, and inside postman I'm going to come inside body part, put it as raw, and paste this in. So here you can see there is a text in here, Microsoft Bing Voice Output API. So let me just change that, and I'm just typing in something in here, and I'm going to send this request now. So if everything is all right, you're going to get a response here.
Hey Ryan, this works.
So that's it, as simple as that. In right in within like 6 to 7 minutes, you can actually get your cognitive voice or the speech API up and running. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. If you do like the video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.